You're entering the vicinity of an area adjacent to a location. The kind of place where there might be a monster or some kind of weird mirror. These are just examples, it could also be something much better. Prepare to enter the scary door. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Tiny Blue Games. My name, of course, is Seesaw or Chris, and today we're talking Guild Wars 2. And we're venturing into the most terrifying place on all of Tyria, the place I dread year in, year out, that I know is going to return and I can do nothing about it. I present to you the Mad King's Clock Tower jumping puzzle. What tiers are truly made out of, because I suck at jumping puzzles, and I suck at this jumping puzzle perhaps the most. And every year at the end of Halloween, I promise myself, hey, I don't need to do this ever again. You've done it once, Chris. Go and live your life to its fullest. But no, they add new rewards to this stupid thing every year. And every year I'm optimistic, hey, I'm going to go do it, and it's not going to suck the life out of me, but it does. I don't know what it is. I think it's the fact that I can actually see other people doing the jumping puzzle, and like them being ahead of me pressures me to like try harder or something like that, and I just like I rush myself and leap off the edge. It's very devastating, and I don't know what to say. I think it's the fact that the other people have blue orbs too. Like what is that? Like their spirit, their inner soul that's been stolen to here? And why do I see myself? Why am I not a blue spirit? I think it would be fun as a blue spirit. I don't know. It's very, very painful. And like, I don't, that looked like the exact same footage as the first one, but it's actually two different attempts where I die completely the same back to back. And that was the point where I was finally able to achieve orgasm and had to go do something else. Am I allowed to say achieve orgasm? Did I just lose all my ad revenue for this video? Well, we'll find out. We're rolling the dice, as it were. We'll see what goes on. It's going pretty well. I mean, saying crazy things, Futurama reference in the first frame. You know me. All right, guys, how's your Halloween going? I'm here to share the fun of Guild Wars 2 Halloween with you. The Clock Tower, despite my anger, is very fun and is something you should give a try if you've never tried it. For those of you who are returning, there's a few new things this year. Particularly, you can fly in the labyrinth, which is super cool. It looks so cool to fly around this entire area. It's a very nice big flat place, right? And you start from such a high like a high altitude. Like obviously they weren't thinking of mounts when they first made this, but it's such a perfect place. Like I clap at them. I clap in happiness. Now, what you're going to watch in this video is not how you should do the labyrinth. I'm going to go around and I'm going to just solo monsters in the labyrinth, which you know, isn't good at all. You got to see my cool griffin mount though, so that's something. I was professional enough to go and get the griffin, which is actually a fair bit of work. If you don't know, it's it takes a lot of time to get it, or at least it took me a lot of time to get it. You just go do some collections and stuff like that. This is getting off topic already. This video is about Halloween stuff. We'll talk about the griffin in a different video where I show you how beautiful I can be. Though, a nice segue to something that is Halloween related and griffin related is the new costumes for the mount. You'll be disappointed to know that I don't have them and you won't be seeing them in this video. So you might argue that I shouldn't have brought it up, but I want to talk about the fact that there are costumes for the mounts. Because some people, like, first off, some people are upset that there are some, or surprised that there are some. And, you know, for anyone who loves Guild Wars 2, it would be almost more upsetting if there wasn't going to be costumes for the mounts. Because I love the idea of not having to pay subscription fees. And I would much rather live in a game where there's these costumes for mounts that are pretty expensive that some of the people buy so that I don't have to pay to play this game. That's my opinion. You might be of the opinion that, you know, neither of those have to happen and we could just play the game for free forever and, you know, ArenaNet doesn't need money. That, however, usually doesn't work. But what if it did? Man, this conversation is just getting crazy. I shouldn't do these at 9:30 at night, which you should know is close to when I go to bed when I have to get up early the next day. I know what's happening to me. I'm living on my own and I'm already turning into an old person. step by step. I think when we think about living on our own, we assume that our lives are going to get like a few notches cooler, that we're going to go to parties and really achieve our full potential. But then somewhere along the way, you realize that this just gives you more time at 9:30 at night before bed to make videos where you're talking to yourself while the cat watches you, stares at you, wondering what the shit this stupid human's doing, not knowing that I'm going to post this to the frickin' internet and get at least 200 people who watch it. 200 people. We can shoot for higher. I like to shoot for higher, but I like to cautiously assume low numbers and then get pumped when I get that 300 mark. I don't know what's up with me tonight. But yeah, we're doing some Halloween stuff. The flying around this place is really awesome. What they did do that is great is that they added a race in this area. And that tells me two things. That tells me that they are going to, do some minimal effort changes to the holidays this year. I assume we can see more races coming, but it also means that they can add races to places pretty easily. And that is actually kind of exciting because the races are kind of boring once you've done them once or twice, but they become very exciting the first few times you do them, when you don't know where the track goes and all that, and you're trying to win it for the first time. So I think if they use races very effectively that way for holidays and new maps and new areas, and actually reward something super cool for getting in first place, I think it could add a lot of like playability to these events each year. For instance, if there was a sick ass mount skin, like a gargoyle skin that you got if you were the first, or like came in first place for this race, could you imagine how many people would be doing it each day? It would be like absolutely amazing. Now they'd have to put stuff in to make sure that people didn't just, race with no one in it or anything like that. Like maybe there had to be a minimum amount of people and stuff like that. Or you queued in for it across a bunch of the labyrinth realms. And then once the race is about to begin, they bring everyone who's queued into the one mega server and then race them against each other, like 150 people or whatever. Maybe that's how it happens, but I think it would be super freaking cool. But yeah, I don't know. Have you guys been enjoying Halloween? What's been up with you guys? I want to know. It's been fun for me. It really has. I just keep on hitting walls and stuff like that. Don't worry about me. It's been... I said this in the last video too. It's really, all the MMOs do their freaking Halloween thing at the same time. So you just, all of a sudden, every game you go in has like fake spider. Well, I mean, everything in the game's actually fake pixels, but like fake pixels that are running around like spiders and fake skeleton pixels. It's weird to make something that's already fake look fake. Like, as an artist, that's a very interesting concept, and I'm not an artist, so I'm just putting words into their mouths. But it's interesting, very interesting. So this has been half news video, half vlog video, and I thought that was more my style these days, because, if you wanted news, you'd go to Wooden Potatoes, or you'd go to, ArenaNet and just get the news. I'm not going to say it any differently than anyone else, but I think by sprinkling in a bit of insanity and a bit of weird conversation, I'm able to really fill a specific role in the YouTube world, and that's what all these YouTube videos tell me when I look at how to become the best YouTuber in the world. Is I have to satisfy you guys in a way that no one else has ever been able to satisfy you. And it sounds sexual. It does. And I don't mean it to be sexual. But that being said, sexuality works well for too. So there's no reason it couldn't work for me. Could it? I don't know. This video has gotten slightly off topic. Or directly on topic. It's hard to keep track at this point. All this to wish you a very scary Halloween. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your night. Farewell.